Well, everyone, I made this video yesterday talking about, don't buy this specific iPhone in 2020. It just doesn't make any sense. And now I have to do the exact same video for my Samsung devices. And this time I have 3 different phones that I would highly recommend you guys to not pick up in 2020. And surprisingly, these phones are still being sold, and rightfully so. I mean, first of all, don't listen to me. It's just my opinion. I have no way to back this up, but I do own both these phones currently, and I would recommend everyone as a main device to not buy these things. Now, if you're, giving them to your little kid, or if you're going to use it to as a side phone or something like that, then that's perfectly fine, in my opinion. But I just think, to use these type of phones in your personal life, you'll probably end up causing more damage than you realize. And those 2 phones are the Galaxy Note 5, the Galaxy S6, and the Galaxy S6 Edge. Now, I think I said those 2 phones, but those are 3 phones. Now, let's start off with the Note 5. Okay, first of all, this phone is very deceiving because it looks like a very, very good, capable phone. It does look a little bit dated because it has that top bezel and the bottom bezel and the home button, but I think overall, it looks like a very good phone, and when I hold it in my hand, it feels like a very good phone too. However, it's a big caveat. It doesn't perform even half as good as you might expect. I mean, this thing is a super buggy mess. One thing if this was like a super old, outdated phone, but this phone came out, a couple years ago. I went on eBay, and these things, people are still buying these things. There's auctions of buy it now listings that people have bought of these things. And I would tell you, going from a Note 5 to a Note 8, there's only like a $50 to $100 difference. And that little difference is going to mean the world. You're going to get much better performance, a much better camera, a much better feeling phone. You're going to be getting a bigger battery as well as expandable storage. Those things are worlds different. I mean, a Note 8 and a Note 5, those are hugely different phones. So I would highly recommend you, if you're looking at a Note 5, if you currently own any of these phones, that's perfectly fine in my opinion, because you're probably going to go ahead and update very soon anyway. But with the Galaxy Note 5, it just does not make any sense. Going to a Galaxy Note 8 is a much better option in my opinion. Now the next one, the Galaxy S6. Now this is a phone where, it's probably one of the more popular phones in the world at the time. And even now it still is. I think it was one of the best selling phones of all time as well. And rightfully so. It's a great phone. I think, at the time, Samsung did a really weird thing, but it has a part in cell phone history, I think, because it was the first time Samsung really pushed away from their typical, plastic design phones, and they went to a more premium feeling device. So in terms of that, the Galaxy S6, it still feels like a pretty good device in my opinion, but really everything else surrounding it, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, you look at this phone, it has pretty much the same problems as the Note 5, no expandable storage, closed in battery for the first time, which we kind of got used to, but a smaller battery at that. That really doesn't make any sense to me. And also, it isn't really that performance heavy either. It doesn't feel that great in terms of performance. It doesn't perform that well, unfortunately. I think hardware wise it looks pretty good. It doesn't look that crazy old. It still has that home button on the front, which is totally okay. Now, actually, recently, I did install Android 10 on it on some custom ROM that I found online, and it's actually not that bad. It performs much better than I thought, but even at that point, even installing the custom ROM and everything, I probably would not recommend people to buy it anymore. Now, with that being said, if you currently own a Galaxy S6 and you have it on stock, I would highly recommend you to custom ROM it. The difference was phenomenal in my opinion, and I felt like it was a much better device. So I would highly recommend you, if you have a Galaxy S6, to custom ROM it. But for everyone else, I would stay away from buying any of these phones in 2020. Now the next and final one for the most part will be the Galaxy S6 Edge and even the S6 Edge Plus. I reviewed both of these on this channel. I've talked about them heavily. I just really wouldn't recommend buying these things either for the same exact reason as the Galaxy S6. And the fact that people are still buying these things is pretty crazy to me. Now, like I said, it's not my money. You can do whatever you want to. But I think it's also important for people not to buy this phone anymore. It's just not worth it. There's too many bugs, and you're better off buying a Galaxy S8 or a Note 8. Those phones are much better. They're a little bit more expensive, but they'll definitely give you a better experience overall. So that's really pretty much it. I'll leave a Galaxy S8 and a Note 8 link down in the description below, so you can get them from there and help support the channel at the same time. But that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys next video. Peace out till then.